Hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Dark Sage Walker and I did not sleep well last night, which hopefully goes a little bit of a ways to explaining why I didn't make an upload for yesterday. So apologies for that. I ended up taking a extra long power nap before going into work, and that threw off my everything. So sorry about that. We'll do better today, and we're going to do it with Mark of Discord, which throws spears, and then you detonate them and they do things. Go figure. Alright, this is just a straight projectile, but it's definitely a little bit better at just at covering space. And you can see that with the signature, instead of throwing 3 spears, you throw 5 spears, and they detonate for an extra long time. And that's something that has a 4-second... Well, wait, no, it might not have a 4-second cooldown. Let me put on a normal robe, and we will test that. 4.5-second cooldown. Okay, not bad. Not bad at all. So, how does this work best? Like, I'm currently testing to see if the shockwaves can do critical damage. And strangely, it's looking like I'm getting critical damage. Yep, they can do critical damage, but is that worth it? I think where we run this best is in a balanced build. And since we're going to be doing ranged play, I think our best bet here is something that leaves behind something that my enemies have to deal with. Not this one, though. This one sucks. I haven't used Shockline in a while. I'm wondering, because I know Shockline has the ability to block projectiles, but is that what I want to work with? Yep, I think I'm going to try it just because I don't use it very often. And I kind of feel like doing something a little different today. And since we are going with a projectile-heavy build, let's grab something that... I think Dragon Dive might be the option I want to roll with here. Let me check my other options, see if there's anything else I want to try. And the other thing I wanted to test is this a good shotgun? Yes, it is, so maybe Dragon Dive isn't what I want. Let's take a quick look, see what sorts of interesting things we have to work with. Dragon Blast could work. But it is not important for it to count as a projectile. Ugh, pardon me. Only that it does what I want it to do. I think Dragon Arc could work. That's another pretty good one for kind of this balanced build. Let's see, is there anything else that's really catching my attention? Erupting Cannonade could be interesting. Though Erupting Cannonade isn't exactly super great against bosses, so I don't know. Ignition Drive. Okay, so I think after a little bit of consideration, I'm going to go Dragon Arc. And then I think I'm going to keep the basic the same because I need something for when my enemies get close. That's right, birds. And we're doing jazz soundtrack today. Now, as far as what I want to start with. See, we're going kind of hybrid, so if we're going balanced, then I think the best thing to do is, I could start with something that boosts my power, I could start with something that boosts my critical hit. Or I could go with something that makes use of a different aspect of the build entirely. Such as the idea that I've got a lot of multi-hit stuff. So I could start with one of these. Or I could start with something defensive. Like, maybe just starting with an enhanced dash is what we want. Maybe not. And if we look through here, like, obviously we could be reducing our cooldowns, and that's certainly not a bad thing. More money. What's that? Yeah, I'm not sure what I want to start with. Do I work cooldowns? Do I do Surefire Rocket? One of the more obvious answers is just to start with the Analytical Monocle, but I don't think that's going to necessarily do enough. Permafrost Cube could be a good place to start. Would also hopefully open up the Hunter's Stiletto. See, this is just me thinking out loud right now. This is me looking at things going, yeah, I know what I usually start with, but maybe it's time to do something different. And in that respect, maybe the best thing to do is start with Jade's Chakra Locket, just to improve longevity, since my damage isn't necessarily super high. But then the... you can see the problem I'm having. I think I'm just going to go with Roxel's Pendulum. And there we go. And we don't even have to wait for the retro floor plan. Alright, so we're pretty projectile heavy, so let's start with Atlas and just get that out of the way. Mostly because I don't want that to become a problem later. Alright, and we're set. Let's make this happen. Alright, so Atlas, Freya, and the twins. Alright. So, as you can see, what Mark of Discord does is it just shotguns Dark Spears, and then you can either wait for them to detonate on their own to do that. Okay, okay, everything is awful. Shit, I have 3 enemy groups aggroed right now. Okay, that was absolutely terrible. That was everything went wrong and there was no solution for it. Yeah, don't be like me. Don't aggro 3 enemy groups at once. I will say this, there's almost no reason to... potential magician's outfits? Alright, I might come back to that later. Yeah, there's almost no reason to let these detonate on their own, because they take a good few seconds to do that, and in a game this fast-paced, you don't want to be waiting that long for additional control of the battlefield. One thing you're probably noticing is, hey, Dark Sage, you're getting a lot of those dark spears out all at once. How are you doing that? The answer is quite simple. The cooldown on the spears actually starts the moment you throw them, so... So even though the cooldown starts at a base of 4.5 seconds, you actually get to throw them out more often than it seems like you do, just because of how quickly you can A, detonate the original spears, but B, because of how long they just sit there detonating. Alright, well, we can go ahead and donate Dragon Arc and see if we get anything particularly interesting. And then we can just grab the upgraded Dragon Arc once we're done here. For example, I do love me some Gale Force alignment. Yeah, I don't think I should grab that. I don't care about the rest of this. Alright, so now let's head back here. We're gonna grab this and this. Alright, well that was not a particularly good floor. Like, I can't be going around taking 470 damage every floor. That's just ridiculous. Okay, I definitely see things here that I like. But as per usual, I think the best thing to do is wait and see... Oh, that wasn't smart. That's... And to answer a question that I know is going to come up, what causes them to do that, like, instant detonation is if they spears hit something and the thing that they hit, like, goes away. So, like, if you hit, like, the friggin', you know, nitroglycerin barrels, they'll just kind of go whoop, and then they'll just immediately detonate. Alright, so... I think what we do is we grab the merchant's cart. Oh, pardon me. Ugh. I feel like I'm melting. So, I will also point out that even though you can let them detonate on their own, that's clearly not the best use of the Mark of Discord. You want to detonate them, obviously, a little earlier. And the reason why it takes so long for them to detonate on their own is more or less to give you a chance to detonate them at the most appropriate time. The one thing that I really do like about Mark of Discord is that... Yeah, I don't want anything else here. Do I want one of these? Like, Double Trouble could be fun, but I'm already having kind of a hard time as is. I don't want to lower my critical hit chance. And because I'm early in the game, I don't necessarily want to... be losing gold. And I don't want to lose out on damage. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go. But because it has low knockback, and you can kind of choose when to detonate it, and it has such a nice area of effect... It just gives you really easy combos. Oh, bam. So, that having been said, you don't have to run necessarily just a straight missile run. You can run this with some melee combo stuff and make it work because at its core, Mark of Discord is very much a control-based arcana. That time, it was actually advantageous of me to just let it detonate on its own. Yeah, being able to delay that shockwave helps this Arcana out a lot. Hello. More candy. And I will wait to see if the electrifying smock is a good idea or not. Now see, that was a beautiful time to do that. Admittedly, throwing the spears into the wall was not necessarily what I was planning, but it ended up working out for the best anyway. And yeah, I think the cooldown reduction was definitely the right idea this time around. Nice. I'm actually amazed that worked out as well as it did. Oh, hey. Thank you, Dash Arcana, for being as awesome as you are. Okay, so what we want to do is go over here. Alright, what do we got? Oh, hey, we can upgrade that. We can donate that to the good doctor. Alright, so obviously what we would like would be the Elixir of Might or the critical placebos. And instead we get the healthcare card. Cool, discounted potions, woot. Gee, don't sound too excited, Dark Sage. Okay, I won't. Ow. No, because of how Mark of Discord works, I will admit that it has a slightly higher skill ceiling than some of the spells I've been showcasing up to this point. But I would argue that that's probably a good thing. Now, I don't mean to say that as in like, oh, I'm so good at this game that things that have a high skill ceiling are obviously better. No, I just mean that, you know, it's... First of all, it offers a little bit of expression in how you put together your builds and your combos. And secondly, it means that as you get better at the game, this is one of those spells that will honestly start performing better for you. Like, there's... Like, when I say something has a high skill ceiling, that I don't mean for that to sound like, you know, this is only good if you're, like, really good at the game, but... It just means it's one of those spells that will essentially grow with you as you start to understand more about how the game works. The idea that this has such a wonderful area of effect when you detonate the spears, chef's kiss. So as you can tell, I kind of like this spell like a lot. And whereas, you know, objectively speaking, it might not necessarily be the best chaos signature, it's definitely a good one. But simultaneously, I would also say it's just as fine as just a regular standard spell. It's just that when you take it as a signature, you also get the chance to potentially use it multiple times in a combo if you're good with your signature charge. Alright, not bad. Alright, so let's real quick see if there's anything here I can take that will actually boost the captain's ring, and no there is not. But I think I will grab Inferno Beam, at least for the time being. And we'll grab that. It's a freebie. I don't mind it. Yeah, cold feet. Haha, you're so funny. Perfect. And hopefully that gave you an idea of what I meant by this is a really good combo tool. There we go. I think Soaring Ivy is definitely the better choice right now. Oh, perfect. Glad I explored that spot. It was totally worthwhile. Oh, damn. I just took a beating, like a really bad one. I mean, I don't know if there's anything here that really catches my interest. Oh, that wasn't smart. Why did I do that? There we go, just drag them through all the AoE effects. Beautiful. Owie. I should have used a different spell there. Should be an open combat room. Lovely little wipe out there. Yep, that worked. Alright, those were some awkward corner shenanigans that, you know, didn't work at all. Although I know it looks like I'm just acting stupid trying to dash through enemy attacks, but try to understand, I've been playing a lot of Elden Ring and other games where dashing has invulnerability frames attached to it. And sometimes it's just a quick reaction to be like, oh, dash, dash, get out of there! And then I kind of have to stop and remind myself, oh yeah, dashing doesn't have invulnerability frames in this game. If and oops. Well, I mean, that's useless. You know what's not useless, though? That healthcare card. Let's grab that. But Dark Sage, I thought it was I fucking know I fucking said. How dare you block my projectiles? You jerk. Alright, let's see if Taffy gives us anything useful. Not really, but I mean, it is nice. I do like... What's your name again? Fiery Yo-Yo. How did I forget that? It's one of my favorite basics. I mean, sure, why not? You got kind of the opposite of Scorpion Spear with this one. Not that any of you didn't know that already. Okay, so here, I think... Go VIP membership. So that will actually help boost up the merchant's cart. I suppose you could also say that I really like those spells where you have the choice on when to detonate a secondary effect. Because I also have a very big soft spot for Bolt Claymore. And that has kind of this similar sort of like, detonate it when you want, get the effect when you need it. Which now makes it sound like I'm advertising for a YouTube sponsorship. I don't know, how annoying would it be if I started doing sponsorships for NordVPN on this channel? I think everyone would just get really confused, like, Dark Sage, what the hell are you doing? Okay, so... okay, I don't know if I care for that. Not great, but here's what I'm gonna do. Ooh, Surefire Rocket. We definitely want that. Curse Eater's Mask. How many cursed relics am I holding on to right now? 1, 2. You know what? Worth. Alright, let's temporarily put this down. Because we're gonna buy some more relics. And see if there's anything else that pops up that I really like. As much as I like this, I think I want the pendulum more. Yeah, no, I think I pretty much got what I wanted out of this. And do I need anything else? Nope, I think I'm good. Alright. I felt like I was playing Binding of Isaac for a moment there with how I was manipulating the shop. Alright, we're gonna go for a quick 1-2. Beautiful. Oh, if only the effect wasn't off-screen, I would use that as the thumbnail. And that's basically what I've been saying this whole entire time, is use the detonation effect to get it when you want it. Owie. Stupid rogue. Ah, nuts. Could have gotten the summoner in that if he hadn't moved. And who do you think you are, actually having self-preservation instincts? Oh, they really want me to have this Berserker's Helm. Yeah, but I don't want it. Stick that in your pipe and smoke it. Alright, I'm gonna take a couple more opportunities to see if I can manipulate the shop into giving me some cool shit. I get one more opportunity. Can't even afford it. Damn. Okay. Well, I tried. I think... Oh no, I want to hold on to that because it does better for the merchant's cart. Owie. Ooh, I suffered. I suffered for that one. Stupid Null Flash agents made that harder than it needed to be. There are times in which I think he knows that that's essentially his ace up his sleeve. The jerk. Alright, so yeah, that's Mark of Discord. It does a lot of small things, but it does them all so well that I think it's definitely worth having a look at. And I mean, you guys know how I feel about these kind of shotgun-style spells, and this one just happens to have a really strong secondary effect. And I think it's that secondary effect and when you choose to detonate it that makes this one so strong. So yeah, definitely like this one. And I definitely think it's worth checking out. You really should. It's a lot of fun. And it's very effective. And those are the two things you really look for in a spell in this game. But I think that's going to be all for me for right now. So guys, thank you very much for coming and checking out my work. I appreciate you coming and spending your free time here with me today. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. And I will catch you in the next one. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and you take care, everybody.